COME would like to welcome you to a series of webinars on the theme of practitioner-based research networks. During this short presentation of the three workshops, we will be speaking of why should we be interested in PBRNs, what are the strategies to set them up, what goals should we be setting, and the future dates for these workshops. So let's get started. Why PBRNs? Practitioner-based research networks are an important part of implementation science. Having a network of practitioners makes it possible for researchers and practitioners to work together. This is known as the knowledge to action cycle. This cycle helps communicate results from research to practitioners, but mainly it helps practitioners communicate about their priorities. Practitioner-based research networks are therefore calibrated for specific purposes that range from qualitative studies, epidemiological studies, and clinical trials. Institutions and organizations accord a lot of importance to PBRNs. This is because they represent evidence-based practice in practice, real-world relevance, and practice-based knowledge production and mobilization. Once an organization has a PBRN, this makes it possible to outreach to field data. So it's easier to do pragmatic research, and this is important because opinion and behaviors do matter. It also shows that research is a culture with a link between professional activity and academic institutions. It also helps provide quality and representativity in the data that's collected. PBRNs can also be seen as funding opportunities, given they increase value and assets of organization and help obtain funds. So now let's have a little look of what are the strategies to put up PBRNs. COME, as a research network, is perfectly placed to help build these practitioner-based research networks and help coordinate them. So what are we going to do? Well, the first step is to promote and support local initiatives. This can be done by informing people about PBRNs, share experiences about how to set them up, and then gain wide associative support to be able to outreach to practitioners. And finally, to assure institutional investment to make sure that these PBRNs are sustainable. The second step is to build a community based on collaboration, trust, and scientific values. These local communities are designed to meet local needs, obtain institutional support, benefits from peer overview, and assure sustainability by having a pool of people ready to contribute to the network. The third step in the strategy is to mutualize resources. This is using organizations like COME to be able to provide support to all the different communities. This is mainly in IT support, but also to assure inter-system compatibility for international research, but also continue sharing experiences and optimizing the quality of the research done within these PBRNs. The last step of the strategy is to innovate methods and use the PBRNs to provide new, innovative ways to collect data. So to meet these challenges, what goals have we set? To reach this first strategic goal, well, it's a good idea to build interest and understanding to assure diversity and representativity, also have people meet to start building up networks, and gain experience to promote initiatives for future PBRNs. To reach these goals, it's been decided to set up a series of workshops on the theme of PBRNs. These workshops outreach to not only researchers, but anyone who's interested in understanding and contributing to PBRNs. Therefore, COME would like its members to outreach to national organisation and promote the two first workshops to stakeholders and other people who would be interested in setting them up. Secondly, we would like to see if it's possible to obtain an institutional support for at least one PBRN for each NACE group. What are the future dates? 3 workshops have been set up, organised by Amy Steele, Jerry Draper-Rody and Paul Voucher. The first 2 will be introduction and are online. They're taking place on the 23rd of May and the 5th of September. The third workshop will take place on the 19th of October and is organised in parallel to the GOSC Congress. This workshop will have a more practical aspect, and institutional support for creating a PBRN is requested. All workshops are free of charge. even if the last workshop will require travelling and accommodation costs to be covered by institutions. Further information is available on these 3 workshops on the COMA website. This is also where you can subscribe to each of the workshops separately. COMA hopes that the organisation of these workshops meets your expectation and needs, and we look forward to seeing you there.